Hi there, first graders. Our lesson today is called Counting Penguin Feathers. During this lesson, we're going to focus on solving story problems with sums of 20. What that means is we're going to be doing lots of addition story problems, and their answers will range anywhere from 0 to 20. Sometimes we're going to be solving for that answer, and sometimes we're going to be solving for one of those add-ins or small parts at the start of the equation. We're going to get started with a small warm-up story, though. The story goes like this. Mark and Shelley gathered penguin feathers on the beach. The feathers were black and white. They each collected 10 feathers. So Shelley has 10 feathers and Mark has 10 feathers. Shelley found 6 black feathers and 4 white feathers. I'm going to add that information to my chart. So I know Shelley has 6 black plus she has 4 white feathers. Well, I know that 6 plus 4 equals 10. How many of each feathers does Mark have? It's your turn right now, first graders, to write an equation that equals 10. Can you think of a different equation other than 6 plus 4 that also equals 10? I want you to pause the video now while you practice writing some different equations that equal 10. Nice work, first graders. These are some of the different equations I saw you writing. I saw some of you doing my turnaround fact. So if you knew there could be 6 black and 4 white, well, that means there can be 4 black and 6 white. I saw some of you writing down a doubles fact, 5 plus 5 equals 10. Or 7 plus 3, or 9 plus 1, or 8 plus 2. And I saw lots of you even having the turnaround facts to those equations. Great work. There was a lot of different ways we could each get to that final answer of 10 feathers. Awesome job, friends. Well, today we're going to be doing some more solving for equations, and I have another story for you right now. In this story, Shelley found 7 black feathers and 5 white feathers. How many feathers is that all together? Well, I'm going to go use my handy number rack to help me out. So I know they have 7 black. I'm going to make the top black, and I'm going to make the bottom white. And it says she had 5 white. Can you figure out how many feathers that is altogether? I hear lots of you saying 12. And I noticed some of you using some different strategies. Some of you I saw counted on. So you saw this group of 7. You went 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But some of you noticed right there, if I move those white beads, that we have a group of 10. We see 10 red beads there. So you went 10, 11, 12. All together, we know that she had 12 feathers. Nice work, friends. Let's take a look at our next story. Mark found 6 black feathers and 6 white feathers. How many feathers did he find? Oh my goodness, I hear lots of you recognizing that this looks like it's going to be a doubles fact. I'm going to do some shifting. We have those 6 black and those 6 white feathers. You're right, that's 12. 6 plus 6 is 12. And some of you are noticing, I'm so happy to hear this. You see this group of 10 red and 2 more white. Fantastic work, first graders. I'm going to clear this for our next story problem, but let's go right in our answer. All together, they had 12 total feathers. Awesome. Well, you're noticing now this story problem is going to look a little different. We know the total or how many feathers they have all together, and we're going to be trying to find one of the missing add-ins. Shelley found some black feathers. She found 9 white feathers. She had 13 feathers all together. So we don't know how many black, but we know she had 9 white, and all together there was 13. Let's go build what we know so far on our number rack. So we know she has this 9 white, but we don't quite know how many black yet. What do you think we could do to figure out how to get to 13? I hear a lot of you saying, let's try counting on. So let's go do that, friends. We have 9, count on with me, 10, 11, 12, 13. Altogether, I now have 13 beads. How many more did I have to add to get there, though? You're right. We had to add 4 more. Oh, some of you are saying you used a different strategy, though. I'm hearing some of you say, well, I know that 10 plus 3 is 13. And 9 is 1 less. So you took away your 1 9 and added it to the top. You made that trade. So you took away from your group of 10 and added it to your top row. And it now became 9 plus 4. Great strategy. All right, first graders, let's go add in that information. We know she had 4 black feathers. Great job. Well, Mark also found 13 feathers. So altogether, he had 13 feathers in his basket. He found 4 black and some white. We want to figure out how many white feathers he had. So again, he had 4 black and some white, but altogether it was 13. I hear some of you saying, let's count on. So I'm going to start from 4 and count on to 13. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I see a group of 9 there. Oh my goodness, I hear some of you saying there's a way faster way, Mrs. Mariani. I'm going to go back to the slides quick. We knew that 4 plus 9 equaled 13 in this equation. And so now we're seeing this 4. So what must be our missing part? Yeah, it was that 9 again. Oh my goodness. Great job thinking back to your equation we saw before. All right, friends. Well, for our next one, I want to push you to think of some different combinations for 20. So Mark found some black feathers, and Sally gave Mark some white feathers, and now Mark has 20 feathers in his basket altogether. How many black and white feathers does Mark have? I want you to push yourself to think, what are some different equations I could write for 20? I want you to pause the video now and write some different equations. Try to push yourself to think of 3 equations you could write. Wow, first graders, you came up with so many different ideas. These are just some of them that I saw you writing. So some were saying 19 plus 1 more, 15 plus 5, 12 plus 8, 13 plus 7. All of those were ways to get to 20. First graders, did you notice that a lot of those ways or a lot of those equations were similar to our equations we started the lesson with, those 10 fact equations? I know that 9 and 1 make a group of 10. I know that 5 and 5 make a group of 10. And that 2 and 8 make a group of 10. And 3 and 7 make a group of 10. First graders, if you know those 10 facts, you can use them to help you when you're adding up to 20. Think about your number in your ones place and how many more you need to get to that group of 10. Awesome work, first graders. Well, today in Seesaw, you're going to find an assignment. The assignment looks like this. There are 3 parts to it. So even though the problems don't say 1, 2, and 3, we're just focusing on these 3 main jobs. For this first section, you're going to be filling in the missing numbers. So if you were at 17, let me change my color to a darker shade. If you're at 17, you're going to be counting on from there. So I might say 18, 19. Can you keep counting with me, friends? 20, 21, 22, 23. Awesome, first graders. You're going to do the same thing down below, but your starting number may be different. It's not ever going to be starting from 1. For your second problem, you're going to be counting up the popsicle sticks and writing the number in the box below. Remember, when you see a bundle or a group, there are 10 popsicle sticks in that group. For the last section, you are going to be comparing these numbers. So you need to decide, are they greater than, are they equal to, or are they less than? Remember, the mouth is always going to want to eat the bigger value or the bigger number. It can be really helpful for you to say these numbers out loud when you're comparing. So I'm going to think to myself, 17 is 71. Is 17 bigger or greater than 71? Is 17 equal to or the same as 71? Is 17 less than or smaller than 71? It can be helpful to use that vocabulary you know and say it out loud when you're making your decision. You're going to draw the symbol inside those circles. So remember, you're using these symbols right here to help you compare those values. All right, first graders, very nice work. And you will have a new math video lesson on Thursday. Oh, I'm sorry, friends, on Friday. Thank you, first graders. See you on Friday.